Hey everyone, and now we're gonna talk about a very important gas in our lives. We can't live without it, and you guessed right from the picture, that's carbon dioxide gas. Now, carbon dioxide gas is generated through several things. Now, let's explore that. Well, first, through respiration of human beings and animals. So we inhale oxygen gas and we exhale carbon dioxide. Also, carbon dioxide is generated through burning of fossil fuels. So burning fossil fuels. And also like in car emissions and stuff like that. Also factory emissions. Now, another thing carbon dioxide is generated through is the liquefaction of air. And that's done in the laboratories, but the first two are natural processes. Not natural, but the first one is natural. The second one is through burning fossil fuels. Now, let's talk about something called the carbon cycle. And the carbon cycle is basically how the carbon is generated into the atmosphere and how it's taken into some processes. Now, let's explore that. Well, first, dead animals and dead plants decay to form fossil fuels. Now, those fossil fuels go to factories, and factories start burning those fossil fuels. Now, burning fossil fuels creates carbon dioxide gas. Now, this carbon dioxide gas goes to trees, and trees produce oxygen gas for humans and animals to respire, and this then O2 goes to animals, and then the cycle goes on. Now, the percentage of carbon dioxide present in the air is 0.03%, and over the last few years this percentage has been relatively stable. Now, there has been an imbalance because humans are starting to burn more fossil fuels, and the increase in carbon dioxide gas is leading to something called the greenhouse effect. And the greenhouse effect is basically trapping the heat into Earth, thereby increasing temperatures dramatically. So, in the last summer, people across the world have been complaining about higher temperatures and the weather and stuff like that. This is because the greenhouse effect is taking action. Now, the greenhouse effect is a contribution to global warming, and global warming can cause so many problems like melting ice, and this can cause flooding in Earth, and we don't want that. So therefore, humans nowadays are researching how to replace fossil fuels and how to minimize the emissions of carbon dioxide. Now, let's talk about some of the uses of carbon dioxide gas. Now, let's talk about uses of CO2. Now, the first use we're gonna look at is making carbonated drinks. And carbonated drinks are like Pepsi and Coke and 7-Up and all these drinks. When you open the can, you feel something escaping. It's a gas escaping. Well, basically this is carbon dioxide gas. And also carbon dioxide is used in fire extinguishers. And fire extinguishers contain carbon dioxide in the solid form and is called dry ice. Okay, another thing to mention is the use of carbon dioxide in refrigerators. Also, this will be interesting if you ever go to a concert and they put this effect on stage like smoke coming out. This is carbon dioxide in action. It's responsible for this smoke effect. Now, lastly, it can be used as a heat transfer agent. And you guys don't need to know the details of that, but just know it's used as a heat transfer agent. Now that's it for the uses. Now let's talk about some of the physical properties of carbon dioxide. Now the first property we're gonna look at is carbon dioxide is a colorless gas, and we notice this because air is colorless and we can't see carbon dioxide in it. Now second, it's soluble in water. As we discussed, it has a use in making carbonated drinks. Thereby, we conclude it's soluble in water. Now lastly, it's denser than air. So that's that for the physical properties, and we're done with carbon dioxide. Now let's recap. Well, we talked about carbon dioxide and how it's generated in air, and we also talked about the carbon cycle, and we said how is carbon dioxide is generated in air and then taken into plants to produce oxygen gas. And we also talked about the greenhouse effect and global warming and how that can be a problem. Now we also talked about some of the uses of carbon dioxide, and there are 5 uses. And lastly, we talked about some of the physical properties of carbon dioxide. So that's that for carbon dioxide. I hope you guys understand it better right now, and hopefully with practice and memorization you will become experts. So good luck and thanks for watching.